Hello, my beautiful baddies. Welcome back to yet another episode of Your Inner Baddie Speaking. We're back with the love letter collection this week, and I'm really excited about this love letter because as I was writing it, it's all about gratitude, right? And I feel that in such a big way, being grateful and feeling gratitude has really changed my perspective in a lot of ways. Like I've talked about previously on episodes of how I feel when I look at things that make me happy, when I focus on things that I have rather than things that I don't have. I think I talked about that specifically on like a holiday episode when you're kind of focusing a lot on things that, well, there's a lot to focus on that's negative, right? I mean, if you really think about it, it's easy to kind of go down the rabbit hole of what's going wrong in my life, what don't I have in my life, all of those different things, right? But it's such a good perspective shift to start thinking about what's going right in your life. What do you feel grateful for? What do you feel good about? And I know that seems like such a simple change, but honestly, for me, it wasn't. Like, it was not the easiest thing to go from focusing on negative, having negative internal thoughts, really having a place where, as much as I was really trying to forge a positive path, as much as I was, living life in a good way, I mean, overall, obviously had hiccups here and there and definitely had to hit some rock bottom as well to kind of change things around internally and externally in my life. But for the most part, I was doing what you're supposed to do, right? I was, at good jobs. I was educated. I was living on my own. I had a place to live. I had food to eat, basics, right? But like I had those things and I wasn't exactly, even though I was trying to be positive and trying to reflect that, I very much wasn't doing that. And I say that finding gratitude and focusing more on gratitude changed my life. And that seems like such a, you kind of hear it from people who are like gratitude journals or gratitude lists and whatnot. You kind of hear that this changes their life, right? And it sounds like, okay, how can something that seems so small change your life? Except for gratitude for me is not small. Gratitude felt like something small when I started. It felt like it was something basic. It felt like it was something so little it wouldn't make a difference. And so I never really focused on it. I never really thought about it. I just thought, okay, I'm living life and I'm happy sometimes and I'm utterly sad sometimes, and that's just how life is. And sometimes I like to focus on the negative, right? Or rather, not like to, but I'm used to doing that. I am used to there being negative things in life, and therefore that's what I chose to focus on, right? And so it felt like gratitude was just some small thing. So I didn't believe any of these people and their gratitude journals. First of all, I can't even keep a journal. I would love to be that person that journals every morning or journals every evening and goes through and writes about their feelings and writes everything out, right? I love to write. But for some reason, I can't consistently keep a journal. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. I've started many since I was young. I thought I was going to pick it back up when I was an adult and be able to actually stay consistent with it. But no, it is like the one thing I cannot be consistent with. And I could be consistent with quite a few other things. My skincare routine, oh my God, even if after a night of drinking, I'm getting home and I'm washing my face. But somehow I can't journal. I don't know what it is. That's going to be one of the few mysteries of my life, is why can't I keep a journal? So I just didn't see how gratitude could affect me the way that it has. I can't keep a gratitude journal. I've definitely written down at certain times. I'll keep a note on my phone. But at this point of my life, I've just gotten to a place where I express gratitude while I'm thinking. I mean, that sounds silly, but like I'll look around and I just feel grateful. Like it doesn't even have to be a thought, it can be a feeling. I will feel grateful about certain things. I mean, fuck, I will just sit on my couch and I will look around, and I think I've said this on a previous episode. So somebody let me know if I have. I feel like I've said this before. Is like I'll just look around at the place that I live in and I'll just feel grateful that one, I'm here, that I get to live here, but that I've built a home that feels good to me. And that is one of my big gratitude things that I feel grateful for, right? So it can be big or small. Again, seems like something small. To me at least, seems like something small. Doesn't seem like something that could change your life, right? Okay, you notice that you are grateful for the place that you live in, right? Doesn't seem crazy. Doesn't seem like a lot. But over time, starting to notice so many different things to feel grateful for, it starts to feel like almost everything in my life. Like I genuinely feel grateful for most everything in my life. And the things that I'm not necessarily grateful for, which I can't even qualify it as not grateful for. Like I am grateful for it in a certain way, but if it's something I don't necessarily want to stay in my life, or it's not where I want to be in my life, I'm grateful for where I am, but I'm looking for more. I'm looking to achieve more. I'm looking to get to that next step, right? So it's not even that I'm not grateful for it. It's just that I know this is a good spot for me now. I can't wait for what's next. So it's a level of gratitude, and I'm grateful for where I am so that I can get to where I want to go, right? So like I want to eventually live by country. That sounds, I feel like by coastal just sounds so much more normal, and I am over here like by country and it sounds kind of weird, but like I want to have a place that I live at in the United States, and I want to have somewhere that I live in Europe, because I love Europe. How many fucking times do I go on about Europe? If you're a friend of mine, you know that I can't shut up about Europe, just in general, right? And so eventually I want to have somewhere that I live there, right? And I haven't done that yet. I've studied abroad, I've visited, but I've never fully lived there long term. And so I want to do that. So I'm like grateful, like right now, I'm grateful for the place that I live in. I'm grateful for the space that I've given myself. I'm grateful for what I'm making of it. But I know eventually I want to grow into a space that includes Europe. And I know that that's going to happen. So I'm grateful for what I have now. And I'm not necessarily ungrateful because I don't have my end goal. I know I'll get there. So I'm grateful for my stepping stones. I guess that's probably how I should rephrase that. So I hope that you stayed long enough to realize that I'm not an ungrateful bitch. The things in my life that I feel like I have less gratitude for are the things that are my stepping stones. They are like, if I've ever had a job that I'm like, I'm so happy that I'm employed, right? I'm so grateful that I have an income. I'm grateful that I have a way to pay my bills. I am grateful for the opportunity to, continue to excel in my skills, to refine my skills, to learn more skills, to be more marketable in the future. I'm grateful for all those things, but it might not be the job that I want to be in for the rest of my life. I mean, fuck, maybe I want to talk at a screen like this for the rest of my life. I don't know, right? But like I have the option to go other places. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm ungrateful for what I have currently. I'm just happy that I have what I have, and I'm grateful that it's going to help me get where I need to go. And I think the more and more I looked at things from a sense of gratitude, whether it be I'm grateful to see the sunrise, whether it be like I just got the shower head in my bathroom changed out, and oh my god, the difference. I'm obsessed with my new shower head. And it's something like that that's so small, but I'm taking a shower with the new shower head and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude that it's easier, the water pressure is better, and that I'm having a more enjoyable experience. Again, something so tiny, but I'm starting to recognize more and more opportunities around me to be grateful for things, whether they be big or small. And this is why I feel like it's truly changed my life and my perspective, because it goes from, okay, I'm going to start to try to feel grateful or try to look around in my life and find what I'm grateful for, right? And now I don't need to find things to be grateful for. I feel it every day. I feel grateful for something every day. Like the last really bad day that I had, I felt grateful that I was able to recognize this too in the moment, that I was regulating my emotions so much better than I ever have. And that's like over time, noticing that I'm doing better and better and better. And now to feel like I was in a place that a bad day meant, okay, yeah, we had a little stumble or something happened that was unfortunate, doesn't need to disrupt my entire day, doesn't need to change my mood, doesn't need to affect my week. I mean, it doesn't have to snowball, right? And that's something that I used to do. I used to let my emotions let me snowball. And so even something to find to be grateful for on a bad day, like, hey, I never used to deal with situations like this before, or at least internally, a lot of that wasn't seen externally, but a lot of that was internal work that's been done to be grateful for, that I wouldn't let my anxiety spiral me. I wouldn't let my depression take me down. Like I wouldn't let one small thing affect me for a while. And I felt grateful for it. So it's fucking hilarious to me that I used to be the queen of bad days derailing me. And now I'm in a place where a bad day reminded me of something, or not reminded me, showed me something that I could be grateful for. I mean, I never thought I would see the day where I'm finding things to be grateful on a day that I would consider a bad day, right? And all of these changes over time to make me just feel grateful for all these things. I mean, I feel grateful when the weather is nice outside. I feel grateful that I have the home that I have. I feel grateful to have the job that I have. I feel grateful to have the friends that I have. I feel grateful when I have a good meal because I fucking love to eat. So having a good meal makes me feel really good. It makes me feel grateful, especially when I'm paying for it. But I feel immense gratitude towards so much in my life that now, just like I had to work on the negative self-talk, this idea of bringing more gratitude into my life has bled into me just feeling grateful overall. I feel grateful all the time, on bad days, on good days, on great days. And being able to just feel grateful, I don't even need to speak it into existence. I don't need to be like, it's not like a, oh wow, I should be grateful for that. It's, I feel gratitude in so many moments in my life. I feel gratitude when my inbox is at zero. I feel gratitude when I treat myself to something. All of those small things have gotten me to such a place where gratitude truly has changed my perspective in full. The fact that I don't have to find things to be grateful for, I am just grateful. And this is coming from someone who's felt suicidal ideations. I mean, I never thought I would get to a place in life where I'm grateful to live. I feel grateful to age. I feel grateful to experience things. And sometimes I think when I have anger or sadness or any other emotion that's not technically seen as a good emotion or a happy emotion, I feel grateful that I get to feel. And that's coming from someone who hated crying, hated feeling angry. I mean, just really hated having emotions, which is silly as a person who's going to have emotions, but I hated having them. I hated feeling emotional. I hated it. And now I feel grateful to be able to feel it. I feel grateful to feel sad. Like, my parents were just in town, and on the final last day, I knew I was gonna see them the next day, but just basically to say goodbye. The night that they left, that was our last full day together, I shed a tear because it was I felt grateful to have them come in. I felt grateful to see them. I felt grateful to be around them. I felt grateful that they helped me with my apartment. I felt grateful on so many levels, but also sad that this bit of gratitude wasn't gonna last, in the sense that they weren't gonna just be here forever. They don't live down the road. I can't just go and see them. And so it is a bit of a sad moment to realize I'm not gonna have all day the next day with them, right? And so I shed a bit of a tear. And I'm a baby when it comes to my parents. Every time I see them and every time I leave them, I feel sad because I don't get to see them all the time. But I also feel this overwhelming gratitude for the fact that I get to be around them, for the fact that they did come down and see me, for the fact of I have parents who I love, who love me. That's not something that everybody gets, and I feel so grateful to have even experienced a couple of days with them. And that's the point of I am grateful to feel sad, because it means that it was such a good experience to have them and such good moments and memories that I'll have with them, that it's worth being sad that they're gone. I mean, feeling grateful has transformed into feeling happy to be sad. It's the weirdest thing. And so I wrote a love letter basically attributing to the fact of I didn't think I was going to be a person who felt grateful. I mean, I felt grateful for certain things, but they had to be really big accomplishments. They had to be something that I achieved. They had to be something very noticeable. And now everything is noticeable to me. So this is the love letter I wrote about becoming grateful. I love that you are grateful for the life you have built. Honestly, that you are grateful at all for living. I know there was a time you didn't feel like it was worth it, like waking up was meaningless, like life didn't have any sparkle to catch your eye on. You spent so many years focusing on the negative, no matter how many times you felt like you were trying so hard to be positive. You focused on your insecurities, on what you hadn't yet accomplished, on things out of your control, but mostly you focused on feeling like you should have more. And it took a lot of self-work and honestly hitting rock bottom to feel like you could see the beauty in the things around you and what you did have, to turn your focus to being grateful for those things. There are times now when you literally just look around and think, what a pinch me moment that this is my life. Something that never came across your mind before. And now you see everything with a silver lining. A bad day? You're just grateful to be alive. A new place to explore? How lucky were you to come across it? Friends to laugh with? How grateful you are to share joy with others. around you and have people you want to share things with. A good breakfast, grateful to feel nourished and excited to have it again on another day. Time to relax, how grateful it can feel to have time to sit and enjoy yourself. Everything sparkles now. Now that you can focus on the good and not the bad, you can feel it in your core how grateful you are to have this perspective, to truly feel this way about life, to feel alive. Finding gratitude has been the biggest catalyst to feeling whole, feeling happy, feeling alive and happy to be so. To the woman who at certain times in her life didn't want to live, let me just say how grateful I am that you found your desire to keep going and your genuine gratitude to do so. I love you and am grateful you changed your mind about life. And this honestly hit hard when I was writing it because feeling grateful really did make me feel like I wanted to live. It made me feel like I had more reasons to live. It made me feel like I had purpose. It made me feel like I had warmth within me, like a fire that hadn't been stoked in so long that was just barely clinging to life. And as I stoked it and as I gave it more things to be grateful for and added fuel to that fire, now there is warmth within me worth fighting for, worth keeping alive, worth burning. I didn't know I could feel that way. I didn't know that this was possible. And so when I say that gratitude has honestly changed me so much, it has made me want to live. And I'm sure anyone else who has experienced starting to feel more gratitude and starting to feel grateful for more things and finding more things to be grateful for can probably tell you sometimes you can't see anything and it all feels dark. And then there are stars in the night, there are sparkles in the night, and as you collect them, it's something worth looking at. It's something worth brightening that night. It's something that does brighten the night. And I just want anyone listening who has struggled with finding anything to feel grateful for, to wake up for, that if you start practicing gratitude, you will find those things. You will find those reasons. And I want you to find those reasons. I want you to feel grateful. I want you to know what it is to feel it in your core, to not fake it, to not have to search for it to be there for you at any time of day, at any time of night, and especially when you are struggling to understand that it is there, that there are reasons, that there are things for you, that are things that surround you, that there are things that are all around you that make your life worth it, that are worth feeling grateful for. And it might take a while. It's not fucking easy. God, I feel like I'm like the person that just says, here's all these things to like feel better. None of them are easy. Except for treat yourself. God, that's an easy one, and I love that one. That's something to be grateful for, treating yourself. But there are all these things. There are all these things. And I hope that you find them. So I beg of you to please start looking around and start practicing gratitude, because you don't know where it's going to take you. And who knows, you might become me, where I think sometimes, even though rom-com is like my least favorite movie genre, sometimes I feel like I'm in a rom-com that's just my life. I'm like, oh my God, I'm happy, and there's things to be happy about, and there's people around me who make me happy, and I'm happy. Oh my God, could I say happy another time? I don't know. But it truly transforms. So I hope that you find more gratitude in your life. And please, please, please let me know how this changes you. Because I didn't think it was going to do anything for me. I thought it was a silly thing that people talked about. Oh my God, it changes my life. Yeah, sure. But it honestly did for me. So let me know how it goes for you. Say it with me. I'm a fucking baddie. All right. Love y'all till next time.